goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he needs money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
Like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks.
Exactly.
So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future.
Install in-grain procedure with local anesthetic, and you're good to go.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards.
Which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
but even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot.
I think, it's so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises.
Money. In fact,
honor
much
and
of what he
glory
needs.
to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being a true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being a name for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, to taught me his truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopeful elect, pushing his truth and all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh Saab coming at you, know that's the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. This lesson is going to be going into the mark of the beast, which you just seen advertised on that little show right there, is the mark of the beast. This was written in the scriptures over 2,000 years ago that would come to pass, and now it is here. And in the scriptures is referred to as the mark of the beast. Modern day it's called the Rfid Microchip Implant, or NFC Microchip Implant. Okay, the scriptures give a detailed information of how it's administered, what its capabilities are, and who would take it. And the fact that the Bible writes about tech that would come to pass, and they write about it thousands of years ago, and then it happens, that should tell you something, man. That book you're reading isn't just a man-made written book. It's something deeper than that. Deeper, okay? And the thing that makes it, so much deeper than other books that you may read is the fact that it contains prophecies that are true and are coming to true in what the Bible describes as the last days, the end times, the point to where the Lord is going to return. Okay? So this website talks about it. Let's narrow this down here of what the capabilities of this chip is. It says it's an ID wallet. It's an ID, okay? It identifies who you are, so your driver's license is no longer needed. Your medical card no longer needed. A wallet, so your ability to buy or sell something. Keys to start your car or get in your house. It has all the capabilities of being able to control that type of entry, actions, and purchases. All in your hand. Sweden moves into the future with microchipping. This article was published October 13th, 2019. And let's see what today's date is, October 17th, 2019. So just a few days ago. This is how recent it is. And the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have been telling you people since way before '07, but '07, '08 is when the apostles and elders hit YouTube and went viral. They've been telling y'all that this is the mark of the beast all the way since back '07, '08, and that this technology will come to pass. You will see it, and it will be made mandatory, and it's happening very in front of your eyes, man. That's prophecy being fulfilled. I should tell you something. Who are the men of the Lord? Those men of the Lord are the men that are bringing out prophecies that actually happen, and we're seeing this shit take place. And they line up with the scriptures. This tech is talked about within the scriptures, man. Okay, and we're going to read it. Revelation, the book of Revelation 13, verse 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." This first scripture is talking about how it's administered and who is it administered to. And the scriptures say all, both small and great, rich and poor. So those that are extremely wealthy, billionaires, millionaires, they're going to take the chip. Those that are rich and those that are poor, the poor, the homeless on the streets, they're going to be forced to take the chip. The free and the bond. So those that are in jail and those that are out of jail will be taking this chip to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, so let's break down that scripture. First thing we're going to do is break down that word mark that's in that precept we just read. The word mark, when we're reading in Revelation, comes from the Greek language. And the Greek language that is translated from, it says that the name for it would have been a charagma. And we're going to read what charagma means in the ancient Greek. Okay? Mark. This is what mark means in the ancient Greek. This is from the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament, Volume 9. It says charagma. Charagma is an engraved, etched, or branded or inscribed mark or sign closest to the original sense. In the earliest example, where charagma denotes the bite of a snake. An etched, branded, inscribed. Okay, the scripture said it's etched, branded, or inscribed in the right hand, so inside of something. Okay, and then this definition we're reading says it denotes the bite of a snake. So this is talking about it's going to take a bite of a snake to make sure that this thing is etched, branded, or inscribed. And what is the bite of a snake is compared to as today? And the reason why I'm saying that is because the prophets of old, over 2,000 years ago, they got visions of things of the future. And they had to write down what they were seeing in the future and the time that they were living in the best that they possibly could. So the prophet is seeing something of the future and he's writing it down and he's describing it as the bite of a snake, which that was the best description he could get of what he was seeing. Okay? Of the future, of how this thing is administered. And why is that important? Is because this is the bite of a snake. When you look at a snake's tooth, it's almost identical to a hypodermic needle. And this is coincidentally or not so coincidentally of how this technology is administered in the hand. And the scripture just said it would be given in the hand. Okay? So that's prophecy being fulfilled. It's talking about how it's administered, and it's administered through a hypodermic needle, because a hypodermic needle is equivalent to the bite of a snake, and in the ancient world, that word charagma denotes the bite of a snake. Okay? And it denotes branding, etched, inscribed, and the scriptures say in, meaning inside. It goes inside. And what we're seeing in the video is that people are getting chipped inside of their hands. And they're getting chipped inside of their hands with a bite of a snake in comparison. Alright? Verse 17, it says, "And no man might buy or sell." What are the capabilities of this chip? They're using this microchip implant to buy or sell, to make purchases, to get on trains, to whatever they need to buy, they're swiping their hand for it. It says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So nobody's going to be able to buy or sell, save the people that actually have the chip in their hands. They're going to be allowed to buy or sell, but the ones that don't, won't. And that's only temporary. It's going to come a point in time where everybody with the chip, they're going to turn them shits off. Everybody's going to be broke and homeless. You know? It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. The number of the beast is the beast that's controlling all of this shit. It says, for it is a number of a man. It's a man-made thing to invent this microchip implant. And the number of and it says, and his number is 603 score 6, means 666. This is off the number that this man operates off of, okay? And we're gonna bring out a photo here that pretty much goes into it a little bit. This symbol that's being thrown up represents 666. Look at all the people that are controlled by this man's system. All your famous people that you look up to, that you trust and support to build you up and take care of you. Your idols, they're all throwing up a 6 symbol, 666 symbol, meaning they're pledging allegiance to a man that manipulated them to do exactly what they told them to say and do, to convince you to do the same behavior. It's sad and it's sick. Okay, it's the number of a man, and his number is 603 score 6. This is Revelation, the 14th chapter. We're going to read the judgment if you decide to take that shit. Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, or if you worship this so-called white man and his image, his philosophies, and receive his mark in his forehead, meaning you allow them to surgically place this shit in your head or in your hand, either one left or right hand, the same shall drink of the wine of wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. That's the judgment if you take that shit. The Lord ain't playing games when it comes to that shit. You accepting another man to be your God, to call the shots, know your every thoughts, to work his own inventions of perceiving or pursuing that goal of creating miracles. This man don't create shit, man. And you accept this damn devil as your God and you trust in him, you will be judged. 666 is the mark of the beast, man. This RFID microchip implant. 666 as it goes into the name, the image of the beast, the system, the purchase system. Okay? It is the RFID microchip implant. We can bring up some x-rays of people getting it within their hands, right hand, okay? Just like the scripture says. And in their right hand, they're using this thing to buy or sell. This is talking about what the scriptures is saying, the mark of the beast. This is the chip, the mark of the beast. The RFID microchip implant is the mark of the beast. There's no getting around it, man. If you're trying to convince yourself of something otherwise, you're doing too much and you're trying too hard. This is the mark of the beast. If you take this, accept the judgment. And most people know that this thing is it, but they try to convince themselves otherwise to make themselves feel more comfortable in going against what the scriptures say do. And ultimately, the scriptures say, dude, you got to trust in the Lord. If you're going to be hungry for a few days, be hungry. You have to trust that he's going to provide for you. He's going to provide for your family. When you trust in this man, then you did not give the Lord your whole heart like you said you would, and you didn't fully trust him. And he's offended by that, which means he'll reject you. It's a spirit. This photo says A Alpha 144. You know, this was a picture of the RFID chip in the head. It goes in the forehead. This is from the movie Doctor Strange, by the way. Okay. when he got the text, the email, the patient that he had to choose to accept, and he chose to accept the patient with the chip in her brain that was malfunctioning, and then he crashed and he got all his powers and shit. You know, that's Esau throwing some subliminals out there. A little subliminals. Then you got diagnostic sheets showing, you know, the chip in their wrist and stuff, and saying "I told you so" and all this other little stuff. But if you take that Rfid microchip implant, you're finished. Okay, so pay attention to the signs, know what's coming up, and have faith. Have faith, most importantly. And next to having faith, do your own knowledge or research. Okay? The scriptures say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So you need to be knowing the knowledge of what you need to do to survive in a situation when this chip is made mandatory. You got to refuse it at all costs. You know, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders, the apostles of great millstone, the top of truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful like pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.